proclamation of God is different from prayer. There's certain things you can't do away with prayer and the word, and the only thing you can do is to proclaim, Jesus has cleansed me of all unrighteousness. Jesus has washed me of all my evil, past, present, and future. Where I'm standing is on the rock and the solid foundation of who Jesus is, and that's a proclamation. To learn that muscle, to live in that sphere on a regular basis is important. Let me read a verse from 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 26. For as often as you eat this bread and drink this cup, as often as you take this bread and drink this cup, it's whether you're doing this right now, you can do this with an actual piece of bread or a cup or a glass. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you hold it sacred. What matters is that you proclaim the Lord's death until He comes. That's communion. And the key to communion is whoever does this is who drinks the bread. And it's not in an unworthy manner. You know what that means? It doesn't mean that your life's in order. It means the very thing I talked about, the fear of God. I'm not just taking this lightly. I'm not just eating a piece of kaya toast here. I'm thanking my God for saving me, for having His body broken. And I just don't do this here. I do this many times in a day. I do this with my children. I do this with my wife. I keep reminding myself that apart from Him, I'm dead. That's why it says, let the person examine himself. You know what the examination is? I'm a sinner. I'm full of darkness without God. That's proclamation, folks. I'm examining myself and I'm acknowledging, Jesus, thank you. And so I can eat of this bread and drink of this cup, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. I want you to think about some of the things that you can publicly do to proclaim Him. One of the ways to do that is through baptism. This is a picture taken yesterday, and 12 people were baptized. That's proclamation. What you're doing is you're proclaiming not just by receiving communion, but by publicly declaring, Jesus, this is what you've done for me. Yesterday we had 12 people were baptized in our baptism services yesterday. And this is a declaration. They're declaring, Jesus, you've saved me.